Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Making Something Out of Nothing, the class all about recycling crafts. My name is Kimberlie Wright. We're going to go straight into our project for today. So this may be our last week doing our simple paintings on cardboard. We've been working with cardboard lately, and I'll give you instructions on what we're going to be doing next class. However, today what we're going to do, I said I had two more boards about this 8x8 size. You can paint on whatever you like. Hopefully some of you are painting out there. I pre-painted that one and this one with a spray paint. It's not quite dry. And the other tools that I pretty much want to paint with today, I wanted to paint. 1 second. I wanted to paint with a toothbrush. However, that's what is needed, but I don't have a toothbrush. So I'm going to use like either this brush or this brush. And then I have, it would be helpful to have for this piece of some twigs or a group of like twigs from a tree. But this particular piece is something I pulled out of a plastic plant. You need some tissue, basically like toilet paper, toilet tissue. It's much softer. And then you're gonna need some paper and scissors. So the first thing what I did was I drew, I traced the square here on a piece of paper. And then I drew just a quick shape of a mountain, like so. A small one to the side, and then one that's a larger height. And what I'm going to do is, since I plan on actually painting two of the pieces the same but different, maybe like day and night, I got this square together. I'm just going to mount it on top of there. And I'm going to go ahead and cut out the shape of the mountain that I've already pre-drawn. You can tear it if you want to be creative. You can draw it, whatever feels comfortable for you, just being creative. So we'll have time to show any pieces that you have today. If you have any questions or suggestions, please feel free to ask. Continue to cut along your lines, or if you want to cut a little bit more jagged, it's all up to you. However you see your mountain. This is just really a really simple drawing and cutout. So, you know, normally I probably would throw this paper away, but there is something that I might be able to do with this. So I'm going to save it. Hi, Melody. All right. So this is the template that I have for the mountain. And the next thing I'm going to do is get my paint mixed. Today I'm going to be mainly using pink, white, blue, and black. Pink, blue, white, black, and green. First thing I'm going to do is get some white paint and make a really light blush pink. All right. And so I'm going to get some water and mix all of that up. and just see how that looks. And I really want to add more white to it so I can have more paint. I won't run out that easily. I guess you can't see the color. Let's come closer. I don't know what's wrong with it. Okay, that's better right there. All right, so I'm mixing up a really light pink. I'm just gonna sit this brush to the side. I don't want to waste that paint per se if I need it. And I'm going to get some tissue. And I'm basically gonna go, put the template here on the paper about, I'm gonna leave some space here in the sky area. The reason why I really wanna do the white one first, but I'm gonna attempt to do both of them. I'll start on the white one. All right, so what I'm going to do is leave some space for the sky, but my mountain is going to be probably about midway. So the first thing I want to do is kind of just blot some clouds in the sky with my tissue. I'm just putting the tissue in the paint somewhat and blotting it to the side. And I'm kind of going to go into I'm going to a circular motion, so to speak, just up in the sky area. All right. I also want to go ahead and do the darker piece, which is really purple, the same way.
Your cardboard, this is the size of a standard sheet of paper.
Say it again.
Cardboard.
What about it?
Same size of a standard sheet of paper.
The cardboard that I'm painting on?
8 by 11.
It's 8. The cardboard here that I'm painting on is 8 by 8.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you.
I had an old box and I basically just, you know, cut it out as it pertains and measured it 8 by 8.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. All right, so next. What I want to do is the blotting with the tissue is fine. And what I'm going to do now is I just want to bring that out a bit. All right, so far the 2 boards that I've just completed are right here. You can barely see the white one. However, I'm just gonna keep going. All right, so I have my tooth templates for the mountain, and this is where the toothbrush comes in. However, I don't have a toothbrush today, so I'm just gonna keep pressing on with what I do have. And the next color that we wanna get is this blue right here. I'm gonna get both of my templates. All right. And so since I said I didn't have the toothbrush, this is the next best thing I have to a toothbrush. I'm gonna take the template, the white one first, moving all that to the side. And the blue, the shade of blue that I'm using is primary blue. All right, and so I'm just gonna kind of blot my brush like so. Just, you know, getting it on the tip. Same thing you would do with the toothbrush if you have it. I'm going down towards the center of my page, and I'm going to just gently hold that, but start to blot this mountain like so. Not all the way to the center, but mainly the edges. I want to leave a little bit of white in the center. I'm going to do the same thing to the smaller mountain. As you can see, let me put my palette here so you can see what I'm doing. Just getting the paint and blotting it. Leaving a white center. All right, so I can move that out the way. And I'm just gonna sit this to the side where it won't get paint anywhere. As you can see how that looks so far. Now I'm gonna do the purple one. Sometimes I just like to do paintings that I wanna do a double of at the same time, because I get bored easily. So sometimes I can't duplicate stuff over and over. It's best for me to do it at the same time. So I'm gonna go around the edge of this piece the same way, keeping the center dark or purple or whatever the background that you're doing. Go around the edge of the smaller mountain, blotting it. And that's what you would do. You would speckle it like that with a toothbrush if you had one as well. Or you could even brush stroke down just to see what difference you would get. All right, so I'm moving that template as well. And this is how that piece looks. All right. So what I'm gonna do is just clean that brush really quick. All right. And next, what we're gonna do is take our twig. If you have a twig, and if you have to get one later, it's no problem. What I'm gonna do is take some black paint. And I would guess I would need some white paint for the darker piece. All right. So what I'm going to do is do the white twig first so that I can, the darker one would mess up my brush and I have to reuse this brush. So I'm gonna do the white twig first. And all I want to do is brush the paint on the twig with a brush, like so. And I'm using the side that is more pronounced or pressed out so that it can actually hit the canvas once I press down. So I'm just kind of adding a couple of layers so that I can really get a good impression. All right, so I'm gonna clean my brush. And in the meantime, I'm gonna come to the corner left side, top left side of the darker mountain. And I'm going to lay that twig right there. I'm gonna use something to press it down so that my hands won't get in the impression. I'm just using the back of a brush. All right, so that's pretty good. And then I'm gonna go ahead and rinse that off really quickly. And then I'm going to get the next twig, which is a totally different one, and I'm going to paint it black for the lighter background painting. So this is the side that's pressing out more. In case it pops black paint, I don't want it to be right over the painting. So I'm moving that out of the way as I'm brushing it on the twig. All right, I think that's good enough. So I'm getting this piece, cleaning up some black paint that I saw that I spilled. I'm going right into the top left corner, and I'm going to use the back of my brush once again to press that down. I think that's really good. I'm going to rinse this off. So if you find some natural twigs, that might work a little better, being that it'll have the right type of material to absorb the paint. That plastic did not absorb the paint that well, so I have to do a little connect the dot, if you will. So I'm just going to get a detailed brush. Get any detailed brush. This one is really good. And I'm going to once again paint with the white first. and just touch up some of these branches. So you just want some squiggly type of branches coming through. And I'm just following the actual pattern of the twig that I've already had. This is for cherry blossom tree coming over the mountain, Japanese mountains. All right, that looks pretty good. And now I'm going to clean my brush and do the same thing to the black cherry blossom tree. Adding just a few more branches in where I feel like the twig didn't hit. Now, if you have Q-tips, Q-tips will work really well, or you can just use the back of, the tip of your detailed brush will work fine. Just completing a few more branches out here. All right. I think that's good. All right. So the next thing I'm doing is cleaning my brush. And I want to just go ahead, and if I had Q-tips, you can use Q-tips, which will work better in a sense because you have more than one tip at a time to work with. And I'm just gonna experiment a little bit right now just to see how this will work with several brushes. So I have several brushes bound together as if the same way I would have some Q-tips bound together. Trying to get them all the same level. And I want to use that same light pink that we started with. However, I am getting a darker, the same darker pink that I used from the beginning to mix it. I need to clean my water. My water was black at that point from, cleaning the black paint all those times. I'm mixing up this pink, darker pink paint. And I'm going to take the darker pink first and take all these brushes and just kind of blot them into the paint. And what I'm going to do is go around these tree like so, adding cherry blossoms around the edges of the branches, which the twig made the branches. All right, clean my brushes. And then I'm going to get a little bit more pink for the next painting because the black was mixing up with that. I'm blotting my brushes once again, kind of wiping the mess off. trying to line them up. All right, so now I'm gonna do the same thing over here. At the edges of the cherry blossom tree, just blotting in some flowers. All right. So now I want to go into my light pink and do the same thing. All right, I'm pretty satisfied with that. And then I'm going to do the other painting. With the light pink. Okay, that's pretty good. And clean all those brushes. And hopefully we'll finish this piece today. If not, we will definitely come back to it next week. So the next thing is I'm gonna get some more of that blue. It was just primary blue. I'm going to mix some water with it, make it a little smoother. Instead of painting with cake mix, you want your paint to be, you know, liquidy, not too watery, but smooth. Once again, when you keeping your area nice and clean, that'll give you a chance to clean your water and tidy up, but at the same time, you'll be giving your piece a chance to dry in between as you work. So don't leave your brushes sitting in the water because the brush tips or the hairs on the brushes will flare out and change their shape. I'm drying that out. Next, I'm going to get this blue here. And I'm going to paint a line like so. Let me pull that back a little bit so you all can see. All right. And then I'm gonna paint a smaller line over here like so. And then as you can see, I'm just painting downward, using the brush flow downward, so to speak. And I'm gonna do the same thing to the darker painting. Have a large squiggly line going down in the angle. And then I'm doing a smaller one over here to the right corner, bottom corner. And now I want to get some of this light pink and paint here. Same thing here. here. All right. So the next thing is we want to clean our brush. And I'm going to get a darker blue paint. This is a phthalo blue. I'm going to just mix that with the water, get it a little bit more smoother. Easier to paint with, it'll flow. Going to paint here at the bottom. Same thing over here. It's like waterfalls under the mountain in the snow with cherry blossoms. Same thing over here. I added a little bit of white in just to bring highlights to the blue on the darker board so that you could actually see the blue. Going back to add a darker shade of the blue that's on the white board. All right, I'm cleaning my brush and I'm going into this pink and white over here just to fill in that area more. Same thing over here. And same thing on this board as well. All right. So now I want to clean my brush. And I'm going to get some green paint. And if you have a toothbrush, it's fine, but if you don't, you can go back to using the brush just like I was before. I have to clean this water. Completely blue. And so since my water was completely blue, that would tell me that I probably would change one of my colors to blue. I don't want to do that. So I'm mixing up my green to make it smoother, more easier to paint with and flow. I just want to mix a tad of blue on one side to make the green look a little bit more tealish, a little bit more foresty. All right, I think that color is perfect. I'm going to clean my brush And I'm gonna take this blue and white and make a pocket here on the side as if water is coming out. Corner, bottom, right side. All right, I think that looks really good. And I'm gonna go over here and do the same thing on my other canvas.
Kim, you can probably say that, but what are you drawing now? I can't quite make it up. I mean, painting.
What am I painting?
Yeah, the bottom. What
I'm
are
just
those?
painting some water coming out towards the side. It's really abstract,
Okay.
so like I'm not trying to be funny, but if it doesn't look a certain way to you, then it's really just abstract.
I just couldn't make out what it is.
Well,
Abstract is a
once I
good
put
one.
in a little bit more of the pieces, you'll be able to see it way more clearly. All right, so right now I'm gonna go ahead and take a piece of paper, and I just want the paper to have like a straight edge. And I'm gonna just go ahead and use one of these mountain templates that I already had. And I'm gonna use the straight edge here. And I'm gonna take my brush that mimicked the toothbrush. And I'm just gonna put that across where the top of the water, I think I'll do the lighter one first since that one is drying some. So I'm going to take the top of where the water is and actually just kind of add the card like so. I'm gonna blot my paint in the green and just kind of make some grass coming up like so. I'm gonna go over here to the other side and do the same thing. All right. So since I got all that paint on the back of that template, I can't use that anymore. I'm gonna throw it away. And I'm going to go ahead and get my next piece and do the same thing with green. I want to make this green here to look a little bit different. And so I'm putting it right on the top of the water. Coming up. I left a little space in the center. All right. That's that for both of them. So the next thing I want to do is smooth out the top of where the snow and the water is. I'm just gonna sit that green paint right there in case I need it. And I have to smooth it out because of where the paper laid on top of it from me doing the grass. All right. And now I'm going to smooth out the whiteboard, going straight across with some of that pink and white. All right. Next, I want to get my brush that I originally had the green in, and I'm just going to blot it in the white just a bit and just hit it for the little white in the grass or trees area, whatever you want to make it. All right. I'm gonna take my brush, get some of the green, you're gonna take this brush here. I needed to make those a little taller. All right. So right now, I need to let this dry to add a few more things, but right now I'm just gonna add a couple of little birds over here. I don't know if you can see that. All right. So this is like a cherry blossom with mountains and snow peaks. And over here, I'm cleaning my brush since it's nighttime. What I'm going to do is add a really small moon. And I'm going to add a few white birds. All right, and over here, you have the moon with your mountain. I think I want to put a little bit of snow as a white peak on this mountain here. Same thing, the mountain's kind of hidden back there. All right. So I think to make these pieces look a little bit more the same, I'm gonna get just a little bit of yellow and add a sun on the other side on the daytime piece. Cleaning my brush. All right, and I'm gonna add the sun here. All right. So that concludes our mountain piece today with water and snow. If you have any questions, please feel free. Give me 1 second with this camera. This is how this piece ended up as it pertains to.
It's so gorgeous. It came out. I mean, I identify everything now.
Oh, it's dripping. I shouldn't even have it up. So I'm going to clean that up where it started dripping. And this is the dark nighttime one.
Oh, and the snow. I mean, I thought it was just flat, and now I see
Snow,
that.
and it's like waterfalls, kind of like snow and ice, water running down. So
Gorgeous.
last week, thank you so much. Last week we did a piece that I was doing with the silhouettes, and I just want to show you all what I've done so far. If you have any pieces, feel free to share them. I'm just cleaning up where that paint drip really quick so that I don't have to leave that like that. So you see my brush strokes for the water and the snow was really messy. You know, it's all about just kind of curving it with some humps and making some go straight level like water or whatever. But I'll show those again next week when they really dry so that it won't be running everywhere. However, I did do a silhouette piece right here. And I'm gonna, I did it, we had a class where I did the boards with abstract backgrounds. And then I came back and put silhouettes on top of them. So this is the finished product of that. Although I would like to show them again once they become framed so you can see how unique, rich, and valuable the pieces can look in a frame, even though it's just a simple piece of cardboard. So this is that piece.
Wow.
I put some glitter glue for like a headband and arm bracelets and for the design on the clothing. And I put silver on the edge of the spear.
A little bit.
Yeah, I was just trying to show you the arm bracelets and stuff.
That is unique.
And at first I was really just not pleased with the white as being the silhouette, but hey, I just said, let me just try to work with and see how it comes out, being that we are so-called people of color. But I thought the white really still stood out with the black and orange sun and everything radiated. Heat radiating around it.
Yes.
All right.
You
And
nailed it.
This is the piece that I did with the people dancing in front of the moon. However, I still am not finished with this because I see some really unique things I can do with this, but I'll have this piece done, finished next week. And the mountains with the water, I'll have the elephant finished because I have to put gold on that. And does anybody out there have anything to show or share? Anybody? Did you all like the demo for today of the mountain painting?
That's nice. The snow is what really impressed me.
So since I've cleaned up a bit, I'll just let y'all see it again. We're gonna go ahead and just get out of class for today.
Kimberlie,
Yes, ma'am.
Kimberlie,
Yes, ma'am.
please contact me so you let me know when I can see you about my pieces.
Contact you.
Yes.
Your
Been trying to call you.
computer chopping up or something.
I've been trying to call you, but you haven't answered.
Oh, so sorry. I'll call you today. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I'll call you today.
That is gorgeous.
One second. I think I like the water on the darker one better.
Yes, you can see it.
Yeah,
Like it's
yeah, it's really nice. It looks like it could be the same place. This is daytime and that turned into nighttime.
okay.
Or it was
Well,
nighttime
you
and turned into daytime. What were you gonna
You
say?
didn't put a peak of snow on the white one, on the mountains. I'm saying
On this
at
one.
the top of the mountain,
On this one.
on the white one.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for that. That was so smart of you. You so smart. You so intelligent. All right, young people.
Yeah.
You all do take some time to paint some wonderful pictures on your cardboard, make some lovely pieces and gather some pieces up towards the holidays if you celebrate them, or even for special occasions like birthdays, anniversaries that you can give as gifts to people if something come up. Sometimes we are invited to occasions, then we say, darn, like it could be a short notice and you don't have anything, you could definitely give some of your beautiful artwork away as a token of your love or honor, that type of thing. Anybody else have any questions, any suggestions, anything to show or share? Miss Betty, did Melody have something she wanted to share?
Yeah, Melanie, she went upstairs. I have, Kim said, did you have something you wanted to show and share?
Oh, yes. I have a lot of these boards. So I have this.
Wow. Wait, hold it still. That
Hold it
looks like,
still.
wait, hold that still. Come back.
Okay,
Come back.
okay.
That looks like an ocean with a big cloud and the sky behind it. It looks nice.
And I can see the moon reflected in the water.
Ooh, that's beautiful, Melody.
Thank you.
What did you intend for that to be?
Maybe like a sunset at the beach.
Okay.
And
And what about this?
Look.
what is that?
Just like a drawing.
A drawing of what?
Trees.
Oh, trees.
Trees.
Yeah, that looks beautiful. Is that a word in the top of the piece?
What you got?
It says mellow.
Oh, mellow. Okay.
Then
Oh, wow. That is so cool. That's so cute.
then I have a mirror.
I see that mirror. That's so cute.
That design is called what, Kim? That's a certain design.
Well,
What is it called?
one day we were in class and Melody did the same design that I did with we taped it off. We put tape on it first, and then we put different colors paint there and just blotched it with the like with a sponge. So she made hers like out of a mirror. And one thing I was thinking too, Melody, if you want to put some holes in the bottom with a string, you can make a mobile too, something to hang like that. You can make a mobile. You can put on the ends of the string, you can put M, your name, Melody, if you want to.
Or I could probably put it up with a pin.
Yeah. Let me see your next piece. Oh, I don't know what that is, but it looks like flowers. It looks like the sky and the grass and some pink and white and yellow flowers.
Yeah. And it kind of matches my nail. And this is the last one. And it has a heart if you can see it.
Oh, I see it. Heart in the middle. You should paint your heart red or like a different color pink so it can stand out.
Yeah.
That looks cute. That reminds me of like some tin that's in like an alleyway or court, some old type of tin on a house that's gotten old, but if you put like when people used to write little messages on trees or whatever, or like the side of a wall, you could put your heart. That looks cute.
Yeah, I like
It's so cute, my little sister with the afro clips. Thank you so much, Melody, for sharing it with us. Keep up
You're
the good
welcome.
work. Keep up the good work. And thanks for
Thank you.
Thanks for joining my class. Well, thanks for participating in my class, and especially if it's something that you're interested in. That's so nice. Oh, whoo, yep, that looks good.
Here, put the top back on.
She's gonna put the top back on.
Going back upstairs.
All right.
That's a piece.
Okay, hold on, Miss Betty.
Oh yeah, I forgot we put the gloss on there this morning.
You did that, Miss Betty.
Uh-huh.
That is so cute. I love it.
Thank
Like it,
you.
Miss Etheria?
I do. I'm checking out the eyes.
Can you put a,
Oh, okay, what I
Can you-
did, I put the little wiggly eyes
oh,
on it,
okay.
The Google.
on there. I
Okay.
don't know if you see it moving or not.
Yeah,
Everything is
And
cute,
then
but
I
the
got,
eyes just does something for it.
and then I did the hair up on the top. You
The
can't
top.
hardly see it, but
Yeah, because
it's
it's
got
black.
hair on. Mhm.
That's nice. And
background.
you know, if you want to go back and embellish some type of some three-dimensional hair on there, you can, like some yarn
Uh-huh.
or paper. And you can even, if you have some like weave that somebody's gonna throw away, you could get a couple of pieces and braid it, do a little braid, do something, you know. It looks
Okay.
really, really good. And I love how it's in the dark, but you have the clothing really, and the flowers, everything makes it really, it's like glowing, it really pops out.
Like the
Thank
eyes.
you.
Yeah, the eyes pop out.
She's
I mean,
still
like,
on the eyes.
it's something
When I
about the
put 'em
eyes.
on, I'm like, oh my God. And then I said, well, I'll leave them and see how it goes.
No, they look cute. The eyes
Yeah.
are something that you can gather your title from it from some kind of way. I think I would incorporate that in my title some kind of way.
Okay.
I can see in the dog
Nice.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
something. So you have another piece, Miss Betty, or that's you was just showing out.
I'll just leave with that one. Yeah.
No problem.
The other
So-
ones I'm not.
What we're gonna do next
Completely
week
through.
is I'm gonna give you the instructions for the next class next week. And I'm going to, we're gonna just have show and share. Whatever you, if you have any of these finished pieces that you want to show and share, we're gonna do that. And I'm gonna give you the
Okay.
instructions or supplies for the next project that we're gonna do. All right, so I've cut a few, I think I got about 3 or 4 circles and squares out of that project, and I think we're just gonna move on. Thank you so much for joining, making something out of nothing. I've had such a wonderful time with you all today, and I will see you all next week.
All right.
All right. Peace
Thank
and love.
you.
Have a wonderful day. I love your hair, Miss Etheria. I'll call you.
Thank you.
Love y'all. Love you, Miss Betty.
Love you too.